Hello, beautiful beings. So I thought I would drop some magic into your space on this beautiful day. And what was coming through to share around was talking about the microcosm and the macrocosm. And if you've been following me for a minute, you'll probably remember me sharing about this on no longer taking in the collective energy, even the collective field, and channeling for specific consciousnesses, because what was transpiring was I was taking the energy into the body, I was purifying for specific collectives, and that was not actually true for me anymore. And if we are here for the elevation in consciousness on the planet, taking on responsibility for individuals that are not choosing, it's not actually serving and supporting. And I watch this pretty commonly with my fellow healers, channels, and various beings that are in the field of transformation, where they actually are taking on collective consciousness to purify through their body. And how that, from a lens when I recognized it, is a form of enabling. The collective, the larger whole, is going to do what the larger whole does. And then there are those of us that are aware, we have done a level of healing, we are aware of all of the things that are happening out into the field, and we have the information, we can read it, but we don't actually need to do the work for a collective that's not actively choosing it. Because what the collective is actually doing right now is they're playing out the unconscious. So these wars that are transpiring, these political wars, the different unfoldings that are happening on the planet are created by the collective unconscious mind. And they're going to continue to create those experiences until they start to address what is playing out internally. They aren't recognizing that what they are manifesting in this reality is based on what they believe and based on what they are creating through their experience. So, in saying that, my channel is only divinity consciousness. I am here for transformation. I am here for the elevation in consciousness, the evolution of humanity. And that is from the point of seeing what humanity is actually capable of, rather than the perpetual cycle that they are going to go through until they complete it. Now, if you've heard me speak before, I'm going to say it again, and I am 100% backing this. The way to end all wars is to end it within yourself first. So if we're looking at the microcosm, our individual universe that we are in this living vessel, this being, we are creating everything in our reality based on what we think, what we feel, what we believe, what we take action on. So if we are looking at the macrocosm, the larger whole, they are playing out the undealt with, unfaced, unwitnessed, unaware, unconscious experience in reality until they learn to address it. And so in the awareness and the recognition, we actually want to create change on this planet. And for those of us that see a world that is different, we are holding the vision for that experience, and that is created and generated through us. And yes, there are other individuals that we are working with that are of resonance, are of frequency, are of elevated consciousness, are of self-awareness, are on board for this transformation. And that doesn't mean basing our experience or reality based on what is unfolding on the planet. It is actually that internal state that's cultivated within that we create our own world. So we are the change. We are the change by holding the vision for what we see for humanity. So if you are seeing a reality where more individuals are operating from love, where more individuals are operating in peace, where more individuals are creating fulfilling lives that feel good and purposeful, that are a part of this mission, we no longer have to participate in what is unfolding on the planet. A big awareness I had, even for myself, there is no enabling anymore. People are choosing their experience. People are choosing their reality. And until they recognize that, until they realize that they've played this part in what's actively moving through the collective consciousness, and they make the decision to be self-aware, to create the change within themselves, to see that mirrored in their external reality, then they're going to keep playing that out. And there's no rescuing, there's no saving, there's no enabling. And we've been gifted this free will on this planet that every individual gets to choose their experience. And when they're ready to awaken, they will. There's no trying to convince. We just are the beacon. And by being that, by being these radiant beings of higher consciousness, people become inspired. People become motivated. What is that person doing? Oh, I want to start looking at that within myself. I want to be a part of the transformation. Wow, I can transform my own life by doing this work. And so the overall message is, from a micro level, from an individual God cell that we are, it's start creating our life through what we actually desire to experience. There's a lot of information out there, there's a lot of channels, but you really need to ask yourself if you are desiring to align with that reality and create it in your experience. It is what we radiate out and elevating the collective consciousness through radiating our essence and not participating in all of these other things that we aren't actually desiring to create, but what we actually want to see in the world. And that's where we should be focusing our attention. That is the message that I've been getting. And so I just wanted to share that, and I'm going to leave it there, and I'm sending everyone so much love.